Hi Pisces, and this is your July 2019 Love Monthly Forecast reading with me. This is Chrissy from In the Stars by Chrissy.com, and this reading is for those who are in the sign of Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Again, before we start, please do know that this is a general reading which may or may not tune in to everyone else, but please do use your own intuition to make your own judgment to how this may be relating to you and how this reading is going to affect you as a whole. This reading is going to talk about what's probably going on with you right now, what you need to know, and what is a likely movement that might be happening for you in the near future throughout the course of the month of July 2019. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so with Pisces, there's so much confusion right here that I'm picking up, which was kind of surprising in a way. You do have your last card of the deck, Seven of Cups, and Seven of Cups is like, there's an overflow that is happening to you. To the point wherein maybe you're thinking a lot of things or feeling a lot of things, getting paranoid of various things, to the point wherein you're not really being able to see things in a very objective level. This is going to be an element of confusion, and this may be something that has been already transpiring for you, possibly for many of you actually. It's something that has been present in your energy whenever it's the last card of the reading, and maybe a part of it is going to play a certain role for the month of July, but let us see where this is going, okay? The first card that you have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is that very practical, pragmatic type of person. Maybe you're trying to think like that, but ultimately you are the King of Cups. So regardless if you're a man or a woman, you might be getting confused with your own sense of intuition and your feelings overall, that your thoughts and everything. You're basically being confused with every single thing. Whenever I'm tuning in, it's like I'm getting to the zone of Pisces and I can't even, speak the words that I'm going to say correctly. So please bear with me with that. So yeah, it's like the King of Swords is like it has a cold nature to it. It has that authoritarian type of energy, but at the same time quite cold and practical. They are all about logic, and maybe you think you are portraying that kind of energy, but you're actually being triggered because of certain events that probably has transpired for you in the past. So yeah. And what is crossing over you is the Nine of Swords. So even though you are maybe thinking that you are logical and all that you are making decisions because you believe that you are right, with the Nine of Swords here crossing over you, this makes me feel that you're acting out of fear. You're saying things because, there is a backstory to it. Nine of Swords is all about, sleepless nights. It's all about the worries, anxieties, and fears that are creeping up on you. Your foundation card here is the Eight of Swords. So another set of swords. And your foundation card here is showing you literally probably the situation at hand. It is a woman that is blindfolded and tied up, not really being able to see things, that kind of thing. So for me, if you are blindfolded, I mean literally, if you cannot rely on your eyes, are you going to be relying on logic? For me, if I am blindfolded, I'll probably go with my intuition, or be in tune with my senses and my psychic vibes, because even though I might trip up, I feel that it's the best way for me to work on things, because logic is something like math. You have to see something like 1 plus 1, two apples, how many is that? You have to see it for you to be able to make some form of conclusion. But if you're not seeing the facts and everything like that, you won't be able to make a very good observation on things. You cannot really give a correct analysis on certain things. So yeah, it has that kind of energy. Oh, and I accidentally made a switch over here earlier. Let me just correct that. So this is portraying to the fact that in your recent past you do have the Five of Rods. So there could be some form of argument that has occurred or transpired for you in your relationship, with how you have interacted with people in the past. Five of Rods is competition, arguments, and a lot people who have different opinions on things. And it could be there has been some form of rash action, rash decision that has been done. So it's a card that will give a sense of disagreement between two parties involved. Could be a lot. But yeah. And in your near future, you do have the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is overflowing with healing energy. So it could be that, things could be coming to a looking up kind of phase. It could be an element of having peace with someone or reconciling with someone. Also, this deception card is actually clarifying what the Five of Rods is. So it's actually just giving us a form of, I would say, confirmation that maybe that argument or that mess that you have been in can be an element of deception. And it does not always mean that someone is deceiving you. It could be that two of you, or the relationship, or whatever scenario that was, there were a lot of confusion right there. The two of you probably are confused. The two of you are probably both not really seeing things in a very clear manner. Especially if you're emotional and the other person is also triggered emotionally, then the two of you are going to lash out, and no one is really there to keep the balance, that sort of thing. So, yeah, there is a possibility for reconciliation here. But maybe it will occur after some time of reflection, after you really give time to think over things, to reflect on things, and you will, regardless on whether you like it or not, you are going to look on something with the past. And it does not always have to be with the other person or the relationship, but you will reflect on your own actions. That is for sure. In this reading, it's also very much suggested for you to go with your intuition. Your logic right now is not really going to help you. It might even lead you to make the wrong decisions if you still pursue that. So, yeah. The card that is representing you right now is the Sun. The Sun is all about happiness, but most importantly, the Sun is about some form of opportunity. Opportunity to gain something, to receive something. It's also some form of blessings that you might be having. Maybe you have been so depressed before, and now maybe you have healed, or, you're a lot more positive. The external factors represented here is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups in a representation for external things that could be happening or in place in the reading could be, a sense of indulgentment that is not controlled. It could be some form of feelings that only expands. Because I kind of feel that with this setup, it's either you're thinking too much, you're judging harshly, and you're not thinking straight, and no one is really with you to bring your senses to earth, bring your senses to to light, or no one is really right there for you to teach you, or to be like your backup on things. It's like when we are about to make a major decision, it would be very nice if there is going to be someone who's going to be purely honest with us, to give us some form of opinions on what they really think. That way we will be able to see what decisions we are actually making. Are we making the right decisions or not? Those kinds of things. So it's as if no one is keeping a leash on you. That's actually a wrong term for me, but I really don't know how to explain it. But for me, it's just a nice thing when someone is there for you. But this time around, regardless of what your decisions are going to be, I kind of feel that you have to do this on your own. You cannot expect that someone is going to pat you on your back to say, hey, stop what you're doing something wrong, or, no one is there to push you if you should be taking action or moving forward. So, yeah, but maybe you have pushed them away. The people that are supporting you, you have pushed them away. That is why no one is right there for you. So there is a need for you to really, really reflect on a lot of things in your life, how you have dealt with people in the past. Your hopes and fears here is the devil card. The devil card is not, mm, it's both actually, both positive and negative. It's all about passion, and maybe you're thinking negatively on things. Actually, with this reading, I would say that a lot of you guys are thinking negatively. You're thinking of the worst. You're thinking that things are not going to be okay and that things are just going to be an utter suffering and all that. This can also be like some form of fears that maybe you're gonna be locked down on a certain situation wherein you cannot get out of. There are a lot of fears for a lot of Pisces over here. And from the way that I'm picking up, I feel that like 80% of the things that you are feeling, sensing, and thinking about are all um, things that you have made up. Maybe because of, it's as if you are self destructing. Yeah, that would be the term to use. You're self destructing. Your outcome card is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is about making a decision, thinking and reflecting, just like I said. What is the clarifying card for the Two of Swords is actually the passion. So this is really making us be aware that you should go with your intuition no matter what happens. And sometimes you just need to forget about the physical things. You just need to close your eyes and look into your heart. What do you really feel? What do you really want? Because this is the time that you need to stop and thinking about the future. You need to stop and thinking about things that are not going to even help you. And you need to think and act based on your feelings, your true feelings. This is what everything is calling you for to do. And I feel that you will give in to your feelings, you know, and you will realize that you should have done this in the first place. But everything is a lesson on their own. You do have the cards here that is representing that there could be some form of frustration in a certain situation. The Three of Cups is all about adding up, things that are accumulating. It can also represent love affair, the beauty of life. So that is telling us actually that you are frustrated with life itself. You are frustrated in a relationship with a lover, a past lover, or there has been some form of blockages there. But there is going to be a lot of communications that is going to transpire. There is going to be movement. We do have the Eight of Clubs and the Three of Clubs together. This is about increase of something, increase of information, increase of discussions, and there's going to be a lot of effort right there. With the Seven of Hearts, and this is about second chances, an opportunity for something. And it's about true love as well, wishing for some form of love to come into your life. So I feel that most of the goodness of life will probably transpire around July 24 onwards, the latter part of the month, because I feel that for the month of July, you are going to be a lot busy with your confusions and reflections and the things that are going on your mind in your energy field. Yeah. So I would say that to meditate, clear your energy, try to find a time to calm down. Don't make assumptions. Don't try to reach out to someone when you're all so scattered, you know. I feel that the right time for you to reach out is when you have a certain goal that you want to do and you're not very much bothered with various things in life. This is also a reading about making peace with someone that you have argued, but actually, you know, you might have pretended or you tried to give an impression that you don't care, but you actually care, and it has been bothering you. You do have the Eight of Swords in your foundation. You know, there's a lot of element here that makes you feel stuck. You're being negative with things and all that. And there's a lot of fears that are creeping on you. But there is an element here that if only you listen more to your heart, if only you give chance, you forgive, you open your heart and let that guide you, it can lead you to some form of opportunity to reduce things, even if you think that it's already impossible. So yeah, I really don't know if this could be a positive reading or not, but it's definitely a guidance that you would like to hear. And I am hoping that there could be some form of peacemaking, reconciliation, and happy situation that could come about here. This is a very karmic situation as well, very spiritual. And I feel that it's something that you need to get over with, you know, to overcome some form of blockage that has been with you for quite some time now, for the past few months. So yeah, if you have been delaying in taking certain actions, I feel that you should start taking action this time around, but take action in a form of compassion, with compassion in mind, not in a form of aggression, not in a form of dispute. That is going to be very much important. So yeah, so it is a time to reach out to someone and just tell them what you feel, you know. Don't try to manipulate it. Don't try to expect anything, but just tell them how you feel. And you'll be surprised where this could be leading you and that relationship overall. So, yeah, Pisces, this is my reading for you. It is a very healing month for a lot of you who have resonated with the reading. Not really sure if it's helping or not, but I do hope it makes sense one way or another. It's hard to channel things when you're an empath because you go in that vibration to what's going on with that sign. So I feel that I'm getting confused with my words because maybe they are all rattled and all that. So yeah, I'm trying my best, so please do bear with me. Anyways, thank you for watching and listening with me with this video. Please do like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And this will be very much appreciated. Any comments are always welcome because I'd love to hear how this reading has resonated with you and how the reading had an effect or experience with what happens in your real daily life, that kind of thing. So anyway, if you'd like a more personal reading, just go to my website. All information and details are below this video. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next month.